Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. Welcome in our Azure Kubernetes Services case study. In this case study, we will be going to talk about one of the customer who have migrated their container applications from their on-premise servers to the Azure, and after that they get a lot of benefits like the auto scaling, cost savings by using the Azure Kubernetes services, right? So in this video, we would be specifically going to talk about customer introduction. What is this customer is? What are the challenges they have? What is the solution overview looks like? What are the services they have selected? What are the design? The solution design is, and what are the outcome customer get once they have migrated their applications from Azure to from on-premise to Azure on the Azure Kubernetes services. So let's jump into the customer introductions. This customer is a leading provider of marketing and modernization technologies. Uh, with a deep expertise and unique reach in mobile, this it is a trusted and transparent technology partner for the marketers, content creators, or the businesses of all kind. Customer mission is to power its customer growth by helping them engage their audience and build the meaningful connections, right? And this customer is basically create a customized content, create a new content, create a new commerce experience in a world of connected devices for the customer, right? So this customer is specifically, I would say, in a marketing or monetization technology where it help customer to create the content and then market all of those content across all the mobile devices through the AdWords, right? Customer was earlier having the container applications which is running on their on-premise. However, those applications was not distributed across the multiple servers. There was only a few servers, I would say hardly two, three servers where they are running the Kubernetes service to run their container application. A customer moved to Azure as its preferred cloud provider, looking to tap into a several intelligent capability of Azure cloud. The partnership in- involved technology collaborations and combined go-to-market strategy to enhance the way advertising and marketing strategies as planned into the digital landscape. So this customer eventually moved to the Azure as a preferred cloud because they got a several intelligent capabilities of the Azure cloud, like Kubernetes monitoring. Everything was there, which helped them to evolve their technology collaborations and combine their go-to-market strategy to enhance the way of advertising and marketing strategies. Now, what are this challenge? What are the challenges customer was having? The customer was having the one of the challenges, as I told you, like running the container application on a one or two servers, right? So this customer was the one of the earliest adopters of the containerization as a concept as early as with the most of their online services packaged as a containers. Before adopting the Azure cloud, they were working with a container orchestration platform with a focus on a bin packaging. The problem of putting the multiple workload in a single machine among other challenges. So they do have a, like as I told you, they do have a challenge of putting the multiple workload on a single machine, and then they do have a challenge about the scaling. They do have a challenge about the orchestration, which is not there when they are running onto the container orchestration platform with a focus on bin packaging. When the organization scaled up rapidly, it was a worry of adopting orchestration layer because it would be would have been a massive technology challenge for the team to learn, manage, and implement. However, all the developer within the organization are basically heavy users of Linux container or Linux container, and their environment could not meet with the existing infrastructure, right? So again, since customer technology team need to do the innovation, right? Customer technology team need to do or work on a new application. Their existing container orchestration platform which they have does not giving them a capability to do the more flexibility, does not giving the capability of doing the innovation, right? So managing a large number of cluster and lags into the auto scaling lead to inefficiencies such as cluster overhead kind of things which customer was having. Even with the high IT spend, container management was becoming a problem for the customer. To solve the premium client, customer need a secure scalability platform to deploy the Linux container with ease. The organization was looking to bring in a cost effective and operational effective through the platform. Now, what are the solution overview? So in last slide, we understand customer was having the problem with the orchestration, customer was having the problem with the auto scaling, customer was having a problem with running the multiple container package on a single server. As suitable solution, we showcase them a capability of Azure Kubernetes Service and its platform scalability. Customer decided to go with this service, seeing seeing the values that managed batch service layer could bring to their business, right? And we have worked with customer over the 12 months to migrate all of their application from their orchestrated uh, environment to the Azure Kubernetes services, right? As we know, the Kubernetes services, Azure Kubernetes Services is an open source, fully managed container orchestration services available on Azure that can be used to deploy, scale, manage the Docker container and container-based application in a cluster environment. After adopting the Kubernetes services, there was a lot of enhancement which get. Customer get the cost of operating a Kubernetes cluster came down drastically. That's one of the biggest outcome which they get. Earlier, deciding on the number of container to pack into one specific VM was challenge, right? So earlier customer, as I told you earlier in our previous slides, customer was running the container application on a single server. Now they don't have that kind of challenge, right? Now the problem has been solved, right? The problem of deciding the number of container to pack into one specific server has been the challenge has been resolved, as engineer can get the access to a variety of VM SKUs in Azure that AKS leverage for compute power. It translates to easy running of workload and design application, leading to the high degree of infrastructure efficiency. So that's what customer got after they adopted the Azure Kubernetes services. So they get a variety of VM SKUs which is available in Azure. They get variety of compute power to run their application. They get orchestration. They get a scaling. Everything was there which customer was looking into. Now this is how the customer solution design was. So they were having their Kubernetes services where they was having their front end, back end, and the database was created. And in the front up, they was having the Azure Load Balancer, which is a kind of ingress controller which is integrated there. Now you might be thinking about why not the why not the why not the web, because that's where the ingress controller was doing. So we are using ingress controller as a proxy so that so that we basically no need to worry about any kind of security, right? So that was the design of beginning, but later on customer have changed a lot of things. Customer have introduced CDN in this. Customer have introduced application gateway also. They have also introduced the CI/CD pipeline. They have also introduced the Azure Container Registry. They have also introduced the disaster recovery for this whole solution. So that's how a single cluster help customer to run the multiple container application on it, right? Because as we know in Azure, a single Kubernetes cluster can run multiple nodes on it, and then those multiple nodes can be used to run the multiple application, and then we can do scale up, scale down orchestration as per our requirement. Now, what are the outcome, right? So this is a very important slide of this case study, because that's where a lot of things which customer gets. Customer acquisition has become easier given the location agnostic quality of the cloud and expression into the new market. The end-to-end time to launch a new product has been decreased because customer no need to worried about selecting the VMSQ. Customer is no need to worried about thinking about where the container application you need to deploy, how many application is need to deploy, right? So that's where they have a capability of having the innovation now, and that innovation basically give them a power of launching a new product as soon as possible, and the time has been drastically decreased when they are launching or creating a new product. Cloud gives the engineering team that much needed flexibility to launch a new product and eliminating the hesitation in exploring a new idea and opportunity for the business growth. There is more often freedom to experiment and innovate without fear of sunk cost. Overall operation efficiency that customer experienced helped it to remain ahead of innovation curve with lower cost of operation and the faster time to market. So as soon as they move to the Azure, right? As soon as they move to the Azure Kubernetes Service, customer have a freedom to do any kind of work, right? Earlier they was running on a one single server. They were just sticking into their to that server to run their application. They don't have any option to do the innovation. They don't have an option to do how they can grow their environment, how they can grow their business by using the technology, right? So that's kind of flexibility was not there with their earlier infrastructure. But as soon as they move on the Azure, as soon as they use the Azure Kubernetes service, they have a flexibilities of doing the innovation. They have a flexibility of doing the new ideas. They have a flexibility of exploring the new idea and new opportunity for the business growth by minimizing the the cost of overall operation. With respect to any investment in the performance improvement, the decision become a lot more guided and calibrated over the time, and having a conversation on the monetizing the software solution become easier. All of this has resulted in the customer uh, all of this has been resulted customer to sense of a performance oriented engineering, and this is a very apparent to the customer. So with all of this, right, what customer get a very good performance oriented engineering. Customer get a very good options to develop, work on their new business ideas, uh, work on new business growths kind of things once they have completely moved into the Azure cloud and run their application on the Azure Kubernetes services. Well, that's it in this video. I hope you like this video. If you like, please click on like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and feel free to reach us if you have any questions. Thank you.